If anything happens, we're gonna take care of you. We're gonna take care of you. We're gonna be there for you. Don't get me wrong, they were there for me as much as they can, as much as they could be, not take anything from them. But it wasn't their mother being told that she was gonna die in 6 months. It wasn't somebody close to them that was being told that they were gonna die and nothing you could do about it. It wasn't them in my shoes. I had to deal with that. 12th grade year come. The most devastating time in my life. Let me ask you a question. Have anybody here lost anybody close to them? Show of hands. Has anybody lost somebody that they consider their best friend? Has anybody lost somebody that they feel like at the end of the day, when all else fails, they can go to that person for advice, for a kiss, for a hug, something to eat, anything? Anybody have somebody like that in their life? They lost. That's what that was for me. It was my mother. She's my best friend. My mother knew when I lost my virginity. My mother knew when I had my first kiss. My mother knew when first learned how to ride a bike. She knew when I first learned how to drive a car. My mother knew every single thing about me. That's how close we were. I gave her insulin. I practically at some point in my life kept her alive. Of course she's gonna know everything about me. I know everything about her. Birthday, time she was born, time I was born. I was born at, real quick. I was born at July 15th at 7:15 in the morning, and I weighed 7 pounds, 15 ounces. Pretty sweet, right? That's pretty nice, right? Born in Strong Hospital. So, that's probably why I'm special. Probably why. But anyways, so one day I'm in class. We had this thing called a poetry slam. I know we have it here on campus, so I do poetry too. So I had a lot of poetry I was writing. We had a poetry slam. And when we were in class, they got a phone call. The night before, at 4 o'clock in the morning, I could not feel my feet. I woke up in the middle of the night crying, like, what's wrong? Why my feet hurt? Why my body was just hurt really bad. I just woke up like feeling real sad and sweating and stuff. I didn't know what was going on. This time my mother was in hospice. I'm in class, I get a phone call. Phone call come, teacher said, we need Jake, we need you down in the office. We gotta talk to you. I said, no, I gotta do this poem first because it's dedicated to my mom. This is Mother's Day. Let me do the poem in front of the class first, then I will go ahead and come to the office. She said, Jake, you might want to get down here now. I said, you know what, ma'am? Listen, I really need to do this poem because it's Mother's Day. I don't want to miss this because this class is over in 30 minutes. I don't want to be in the office all day. She said, okay, do your poem, Jake, and come down. Did my poem, and it was just crazy. Half the people in class, because they knew my situation kind of, started crying and stuff. Teachers were crying, lights was off, everybody was all sad and things like that. But then I'm like, okay, y'all, let me go down to this office. Then I went to the office. My best friend at the time was in the office. My homeboy Angel. He was in the office. My counselor and my therapist, or I don't know what you call it now. Yeah, counselor, I guess. It was a school counselor, then it was an actual real therapist that I had been seeing for a number of years because so many times I tried to kill myself. There was so many times when I literally tried to kill myself. I just thought I was over for me. And one time I had a gun, and my stepfather had, because he was in the Army, he had these guns in the house all the time. I'm being real. I put a bullet in it, tried to shoot myself in the face, but it never went off. Somehow, it got out, and I had to go therapy for a number of years. I still go to therapy to this day, but I mean, it's just something that helps you. Some people just gotta go to therapy. You just have to go. I go. And I'm not afraid to show it, tell it. But, are you go to therapy too? Yeah, we might be the same, All right, well, so I'm in class. Now, when I'm in class, I get to the office sometimes, I get to the office, everybody's already looking all sad. But the counselor's on the phone. I'm like, what's going on with you? She's like, Jake, have a seat. So I sit down. I'm like this. Okay, what's going on? She's like, do you want to tell him? Or do you want me to tell him? Do you want to tell him? Do you want me to tell him? She said, you sure you don't want to tell him? Are you sure you don't want to tell him? And I'm like, who's you talking to? She said, okay, I'll tell him. She hangs up the phone. That was my stepfather on the phone. He's saying, no, he can't tell me. But you've been in my life since I was 3 years old. And I'm 18, just turned 18 at the time. You can't tell me the worst news of my life? My counselor had to tell me that my mother died at 4 o'clock in the morning when I was sick, when I couldn't feel my hands and feel my feet. She told me, Jake, your mother just passed. Give me a second, sorry, give me a second. Because every time I think about it, I'll get really emotional. My mother just passed, and my stepfather couldn't even tell me that she just died. You stabbed me, you beat me down, and you couldn't tell me my mother died, but you could do all this stuff to me. Don't worry, end of the slide, I'm gonna get him back though. End of this thing, I'm gonna get him back. All I can remember is there was a carpet on the floor. When I'm laying, and when they told me those words in my ears, I fell to my knees. I fell to my knees. I cried like a baby. I mean, they said that when I was crying, the whole floor in the school could hear me crying. That's how loud I was. They had to close the doors. And when I was crying, all I can remember is that my nails were bleeding because I was digging in the carpet so hard that I started pulling my nails back. Now, chip my tooth, because I was biting my teeth so hard, gritting them, that I chipped one of my teeth. Yeah, chipped one of my teeth. I don't know, whatever. I chipped something in my mouth. And I cried like a baby. Nails bleeding, everything. I cried in there for maybe 45 minutes straight. Non-stop crying. And while I'm crying, all I can think of is, my life is over. This is it. I'm done. I'm not going to graduate. And mind you, the Poetry Slam was Mother's Day, you know, it's in May. So May, and high school was over in June. So therefore, you're getting ready to graduate a month later. I got my cap and gown on, everything, all that. As a result of this, since my mother wasn't there, I never walked the stage. Got my cap and gown, I graduated, but I never walked the stage. Because I didn't want to take that step without her being there. Because that's all she ever asked for me is, let me see you graduate. Let me see you graduate. So I never walked the stage. I was like, man, I'm not doing that. Just give me my cap and gown. I mean, just give me my award and I'm going to go home with it. And that's exactly what I did. And at that time, it was so, I never felt like I lost something so dear to me. I never had anything that I just wanted to just give up for. Like she made me, and her death, I felt like God was punishing me by taking her from me, because he knew that's all I had. He knew that she made me go, no matter if she was sick or not. And the sad part about it was, I didn't even get a chance to see her before she died. I didn't. I didn't see her on Mother's Day when I planned to. I didn't see her the day before that. I planned to. But something kept telling me, something kept coming up, don't go see her. Because I think if I would have saw her, I probably wouldn't have made it. Probably wouldn't have made it. But what I got, the better thing I got for her is that I just got this picture maybe a year ago. I just got this picture from my great aunt. But her words always stuck with me. Her love always stuck with me. It always kept me going. Now, aside from that, the funeral happens. Stepfather time again, his time to shine. He always needs the moments to shine. So, funeral comes. My real father's out of prison now. So, you know, he's trying to be in my life. He actually was a good guy, which is kind of sad because how I met him was really messed up. I'm playing basketball on the court. I'm shooting jump shots. I like saying that. But, because that's what I do. But, so anyway, I'm playing basketball and And he comes into the basketball court like, this is what he does. This is exactly what he do. He comes to he got some nasty van. I don't know what van he was in. He got the van. He walks into me. That's how he walked. You know, he gets to the van and say, "Do anybody know Jake Simmons?" I'm like, my friend's like, "Yo, Jake, back up, man. We got him."